Welcome, ladies and gents. This will be episode 8 and 9 review because I missed episode 8 last week. I watched it, I just didn't review it. Both episodes were fantastic. This is obviously Superman and Lois from the title, obviously. I know there's a few people that like watching these reviews, and I don't intend to stop. It's a show which I personally like watching. Last week was just really busy. I haven't had internet, basically. I'm doing public Wi-Fi. It's pretty crap at the moment. Not through any fault of my own, I just don't have it. There's masts and internet down at the moment in my area with no time limit on when they're going to fix it. So I'm paying for nothing. I'm paying for something I don't get. But whatever, you don't need to hear my woes. But I just wanted to explain why we're a week late. Episode 8 and 9 both were fantastic. Episode 8, just as a brief recap, all of the events that happened, I guess. We had Jordan had to ditch essentially a meeting with his girlfriend and the girl that she'd snogged because he had to go and save Jonathan from someone who had been dealing the XK to Candace, Jonathan's girlfriend. Now that sets up a really interesting turn of events, which actually gets paid off moving forwards in episode 9, which we'll get to, which is just Jordan coming into his own with his powers. And I thought that was really good. A little bit... They're teetering on the edge of Smallville and Superman here. I like the fact that the kids are doing Smallville-esque things, but they're struggling at least sometimes to keep the right balance. I want to see a lot more Superman level stuff now, but again, that's just personal. I still love the show, by the way. But that's my personal thoughts. John Henry Irons came out of hospital, and that was interesting because the drama with the daughter, setting all of that up with Superman, and it was quite nice because Superman was like, "Look, I get it. I understand. I literally wear the face of the person that killed your family. I get it. It's pretty crap. How about you just move out? I know a guy that may have a place that you could live in, no worries." And that was really quite touching. Ali Olsen, however, and that whole drama, oof, boy howdy was that a drama. They go to the portal. A bunch of them get sucked through, but they realise that they're about to be destroyed on the way through. And Superman gets in, there just in time to save the Smallville Gazette owner. And we don't know whether Lucy Lane is dead or not, whether she went through. We don't know until she pops up right at the end. Ali Olsen being at the DOD and Grandpa Lane taking Lucy home. Lucy Lane drugging Grandpa Lane. Yep. And then setting up episode 9, presumably to free Ali Olsen, which she does. Boom, there you go. Frees Ali Olsen. And they used the same suit that Bizarro came through in, which I thought was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. We fixed, the Thing's suit or the creature's suit. I can't remember what words they used, but I thought that was good. I thought it was a nice touch. And the start of the episode is really, boy, do they go for it. So Ali Olsen breaks free, goes through to Bizarro World. She doesn't have her pendant. She's got nothing. Presumably on the other side, the other Ali Olsen is going to be this all-powerful being because they've got both pendants now. So it'll set up an interesting situation with both Alis, I reckon, but I don't know. We'll see. So Superman gets there, realizes what's happened, gets told that he's not going to be able to survive the trip, so he spins around really fast. And I was like, why is he doing that? Is he looking to get... is he looking to knock up dust to cover himself? Is that some form of armor? I didn't quite get it until he then all of a sudden just shoots through, and I'm like, right, he was building up speed, and he went mega fast, and that was really, it was good. All the effects were good. It worked really, really well. And he goes on the other side, and then boom, no one's seen him for a month. It's been a month he's been missing. And so it sets up the world without Superman, which is always interesting, because if we as a human species had a planet with Superman on it, and then he suddenly disappeared, would we be overly reliant on him? And it seems that we would be, at least in this case. Loads of burning buildings, loads of oil rigs on fire, loads of stuff happening. John Henry Irons starts to don the suit again and fill in for Superman a little bit, but so does Jordan, or at least in one instance, and we'll get to that in un momento. Because there's the other drama element through this, which is, of course, Lana Cushing running for mayor. She wins mayor in the end, which was great, really nice to see. Of course, she was going to win mayor, like that was never in doubt. Let's be honest. But there's the drama between the two parents, and I think they actually depict it in quite a nice way. Not a nice way, sorry. I'll reframe my wording. They depict it quite realistically. Which is not nice, and it's not nice at all because it's quite emotional. So there's a situation with the father basically living in an apartment. No one's seen it yet until the daughter turns up and it's like, wow, this is a shithole, basically. Like, it's awful. And so there's some kind of conversation with the mother and things like that, Lana, about getting him back at least for one night because he's injured, which, side note, we'll get to in a minute because Jordan saves him. The staunch realization that he's not coming home starts to dawn on the daughters. And it's quite sad, like it is quite sad. But all of that, is kind of by the by. Jordan comes into his own with his powers. He hears the building going on fire, that Mr. Cushing is firefighting, and just gets there in the nick of time. Mr. Cushing's down on the floor, he's about to die, and Jordan flies in runs in just at the right time, and then he does actually fly out, only for a brief second, but he does fly out of the building briefly and saves Mr. Cushing's life. Comes back, but obviously the daughter's not very happy, his girlfriend, and essentially this leads to her breaking up with him by the end of the episode, but not before Jordan does another great thing with his powers, which obviously unfortunately leaves his girlfriend in the lurch, because obviously they're at the election and waiting for the votes to come in, but he's not there. Because why? Well, the fire was so out of control and strange because it was a distribution hub for XK, X-Kryptonite. And so from there, the DOD gets involved, Lois Lane gets involved. She's bloody involved in everything, but whatever. And they find out where the XK is coming from, the distributors, the proper whole operation and things like that. Because Jonathan finally tells the truth. Candace comes round, tells everyone, and gets promised immunity and all this kind of stuff. Great, good. Jonathan's back in the game rather than just being this boring character that's just going to be in a house. That was really good. I liked it a lot. And also, the words were literally, it's never too late to do the right thing. So that reveals that now he's fine. Nothing's going to come of him now, which is good. Hopefully, because he can then start to be a character again. So anyway, they go to this XK place. Lois Lane's like, you're going to stay in the car, Jordan, because you can't be a hero. I don't like you being a hero. Brr. So DOD, grandfather, and Lois Lane go into this XK place. And basically, they get captured. Of course, they get captured. But Lois Lane activates Jordan, basically like, please come and save me, and he does. But what this reveals, because basically these the thugs see him and they go to shoot optic rays at him, and he slows down time. Obviously he's moving much quicker than he's ever moved before, so this is revealing him to come into his own with his powers a lot more than he's ever had before, or a lot more than what we think. They look to be retconning his powers, because I remember Jor-El, the hologram of Jor-El, saying that he wouldn't ever be fully formed powers, but he seems to be forming them. So he slows down time, saves his parents, saves his mother and granddad, and then goes out of there. Sort of mission accomplished, basically. But who comes at the end of the episode is Bizarro Jonathan. Yes, and it says, because we've heard nothing of Superman this entire episode, and it says he was too late, and then we flash cut maybe to a flashback of Superman landing in Bizarro World and looking quite flustered and concerned. And I'm gonna guess it's something to do with the sun. Maybe the sun doesn't power him in that world. I don't know, like, because it didn't look particularly sunlighty in that world when we saw the other intro the other day. But whatever. There you go. There's my review. I'm so sorry. I'm like a week late on the other one, but yeah, soz. Bruh, I do apologise. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. I still love this show. You must watch it. It's so good. I can't wait to see what they do with Jordan now, because he's going to be emotionally fragile. And then there's a super-powered brother version around now as well, which we have actually seen set photos of interacting in the high school. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it develops and moves forward. But very keen to see what stopped Superman on the other side. I mean, he's Superman. I'm guessing he just depowered. I mean, if there's XK on this side, maybe there's green kryptonite on the other side. I don't know. What do you guys think though? Let me know down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thanks so much, and so sorry. Take care.